Hey, it's Chris Beyer,
Chris Bowling, CB squared.
CB squared. Happy to be back with you, sir.
Amen. You too. By the
So
way,
here
I
we
am
are.
loving that quarter zip you got on.
Well,
That
thank
that
you.
that's sharp.
Thank you. I like it too. It's chilly today in our recording in mid-May,
Ridiculous.
even though this is now early June. But speaking of early June, we're about 6 months through most of our clients' plan years, and I wanted to talk about the reason to follow claims trends and potential need to change a self-funded budget mid-year.
Yeah.
I'll step back from that first of all and say all of our clients that are larger looking at self-funded or are self-funded, we're tracking them on a per employee per month basis. Here's
Hmm.
your claims or premium combination. Here's your stop loss or pooling charges to figure out, are they trending as expected or are they trending hotter? So we dive into that a lot more than what a carrier's report would say. But why is it important to consider mid-year budget adjustments for a self-funded employer?
Man, you could have all the data in the world that
Yes.
predicts a budget. We have a client that is growing dramatically. They
Yes.
are doing some cool things and they had to hire 80 people. So on
Yes.
about five, they're about 1,000 employees, but when you look at what's on the plan, they're going to see about a 10% increase in their
Yes.
employees. Now, you could just say, well, what does it matter? You've already set
Yep.
a per employee per month budget. I just have to increase my budget based on how many employees I have, right?
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
why are you two idiots talking about this? Well, what if we've had a lot of either high cost meds that we
Yes.
can't source, or what if we're running a bunch of really hot cancers? Now, we knew these cancers were there in 25.
Yep.
The data analytic team predicted them to be X.
Yep.
And obviously, it's taking a lot of things into adjustment. But what we didn't see is four brand new cancers that hit in January and February.
Yes. And I
And
think that's the key spot of that is when we set that budget in in November, December for the following year, it's based on projected cost. But to your point, if all of a sudden we have a trend of cancers hit, or you talk about that hiring 80 people or acquiring an 80-person company, you don't know the risk that you've brought onto the plan. We have
yep,
a good idea, but you don't know the actual risk.
right,
And this is that time to figure that out. Yes. Do we need to start reserving more and set that aside in the second half of the year so that we stay on target with the budget?
yeah,
What's been interesting is as we see that budget and as we track it closely, it doesn't necessarily mean that that employer is spending that money. They are
right,
just accruing that money
right,
for the future. It's our job to make sure they don't spend it, and we
right.
find a way to keep that down. But I think that's the evolution that we've seen with our clients is set your budget for what we expect, and then let's try to beat that expectation. But we need to adjust as things come up that were unexpected.
Yeah, what's cool about this client is I think our budget is fine. It's the IBNR is that we're like,
Yes.
let's reserve a little bit higher on the medical side on the IBNR because we know these claims are coming. We still feel like you'll be between 95 and 105% of budget, which is okay, but it's truly that incurred but not yet reported claim on all these
Yep.
cancers that are
Yeah.
just getting fired up and costing
Yeah.
real money.
Yeah. I think we talk a lot about condition management. Cancer is still one of those challenges that it's unexpected. There are some preventative ways, but when something like that hits, I mean, it's one of the largest expenses on all of our clients
For
today.
that.
And even if we can find better treatment options, better price treatment, the episode is still one of the most expensive.
For that. Great topic.
Yes,
More
always good to
fun.
see you, CB.
You as well. Thank you so much.
All right, bye
All
bye.
right, we'll see you. Bye bye.